Germany is acting like a rogue state, spreading bonkers lies, undermining trust in the efficiency of the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine. Furious UK officials have said. Last night German media claimed the Oxford AstraZeneca jab was only 8% effective in over 65s. The reports emerged from two of the country's leading daily newspapers, citing anonymous sources involved with the country's vaccination program. No data was presented to support the claims, and the German health ministry has this morning distanced themselves from the claims. The UK government has accused the EU country of spreading inaccurate information about the jab, with one official describing the claims as effing bonkers and something more likely from the Russians rather than Germany. Another Westminster official said, the efficacy claims circulating in the German media are unsubstantiated and incorrect. Speaking to Politico, a third added, after this, support for Brexit will be at about 90%. The claims in the German media were made on the same day a row broke out between the European Union and AstraZeneca over supplies of the vaccine to the continent. The drugs giant warned there would be a shortage in the number of doses transported to the EU for the first 3 months of the year. AstraZeneca has hit back at the German newspaper reports, describing them as absolutely false. A spokesman said, reports that the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine efficacy is as low as 8% in adults over 65 are absolutely incorrect. In the UK, the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, JVCI, supported use in the Population and the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA, included this group without dose adjustment in the authorization for emergency supply. In November we published details in The Lancet demonstrating that older showed immune responses to the vaccine, with 100% of older adults generating spike-specific antibodies after the second dose. Germany's financial newspaper Handelsblatt and the tabloid Bild both said they had spoken to officials who had placed question marks over the efficiency of the Oxford vaccine. Handelsblatt's political correspondent Gregor Wyszynski defended his newspaper in the face of backlash. He said, we have confirmed the 8% with multiple sources familiar with the German vaccination policy. Our sources, including members of the government coalition, spoke on the condition of anonymity, so we cannot source the story on the record nor can we make public any underlying data. But now the German health ministry has sought to distance itself from the claims. The department said, at first glance it seems that the reports have mixed up two things. About 8% of those tested in the AstraZeneca efficacy study were between 56 and 69. Only 3-4% were over 70. A fortnight ago, Klaus Sichutek, the head of Germany's vaccine regulator, described the efficacy of the Oxford antidote as outstanding and excellent. Last week AstraZeneca surprised the EU when it announced deliveries of the jab to the continent up to the end of March are set to be cut by 60% to 31 million doses. The EU reacted with fury to the announcement and accused the drugs giant of not doing enough to try to resolve the issues. In response, the European Commission threatened to block transport of Pfizer-BioNTech vaccines, which are manufactured in Belgium, to the UK. The EU announced yesterday it will require pharmaceutical companies to register for export licenses for any jabs due to leave the trade bloc, with the new rules set to come into force in the coming days. It would mean Pfizer would need to seek the Commission's approval before transporting jabs to countries such as Britain, confirming the UK was reliant on jabs manufactured on the continent for its supply of Pfizer jabs. Vaccine Deployment Minister Nadhim Zahawi sought to calm fears there could be a shortage of drug this morning. He said, I'm confident AstraZeneca and Pfizer will both deliver for us the quantities that we need to meet our mid-February target, and of course beyond that. The off-the-record briefings in the European media about the efficacy of the AstraZeneca jabs over the past 24 hours are not the first time figures in the EU have attempted to discredit the UK's vaccination program. Earlier this month, Belgium's Deputy Prime Minister Petra de Sutter accused the UK of using inferior vaccines. She said, the EU has opted for certainty and wants to maintain confidence by correctly following the procedure. Not only the United Kingdom and Israel but also Russia and China are vaccinating people with vaccines that do not have the same standard as the ones we use. Her comments came despite the UK and the EU both having made purchases of the same jabs.